What's up, guys? Tonight I'm gonna be pulling off one bank of the hot side here so I can see where I'm gonna reposition my wastegate. As I mentioned before in other videos, I got a wastegate placement issue and I'm having severe boost creep. Like I have a 9-pound spring in it, and by the time I'm about 6,500 RPM in high gear, it's up around 26 pounds. The gates just can't vent enough pressure. So gonna try to move them to a better place and get the CO2 hooked up and all, so I'll be able to ramp it in a lot better and have a better power curve, better power management. So we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, so I got the wastegate cut off, or the flange. I got it cut off, which I'm just going to take some flat stainless steel and weld it to the little nipple that's remaining on the hot side. So what I came up with is I'm going to try to put it in this angle here, which is like 65 degrees, I think is what I came up with. And the notcher only cuts 50 degrees, so it was kind of a pain in the butt to get it where I needed it. And I don't have the right hole saw, which is 2.5 inches what my hot side is, so I need a 2.5 inch hole saw to get a good cut. But I was just running some aluminum here because it's what I had laying around. It's cheaper than stainless. So, and this is a 1 3/4 hole saw. So like I said, I'm gonna grab a 2.5 inch hole saw tomorrow, which will set it down a lot better. And I think it's gonna work right there. And the other side will be very similar. So as far as cosmetically, it'll look appealing to the eye. But really, I just want it to function. All right, so I picked up that 2.5 inch hole saw, as you can see it here. And I just made my mark at 60 degrees, if you can see it. So you see the 50, I measured it off to 60, and that's what I wanted. And I got the piece of stainless steel from Summit. And this is what I came up with so far. So I think it's gonna flow, or vent, so to say, a lot better than what I had before. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark it where it is on the hot side piping there, and go ahead and get the whole thing pulled off the car and start TIG welding. Alright, so I got my angle welded on here, just like I wanted it. And I got the flange welded on. I actually got a little bit of color in there this time. Been probably maybe over a year since I've welded some stainless, and in my opinion, aluminum's actually easier because it makes noise on AC current, so you have visual and audible to adjust your amperage as you're welding. But with the stainless steel, it's like complete silence, so you just have visual is the only thing you can really use to go off of, other than, you know, watching it, which I guess is visual, right? Yeah. It's visual? Okay, yeah, it's visual. But this is my setup for welding stainless steel. I do run 2 regulators. I'm a little bit too cheap to buy the $300 back purging kit, so I just run 5 to 7 CFH, I believe. And I run it over here, and I just stab it in the back. You know, I think I actually went, yeah, I was in this side right here. What it does is it fills the pipe up with argon, and it makes the weld a lot stronger. From what I understand, not a welding expert, is that if you don't back purge on stainless, you run the risk of the weld cracking, you know, and your $400 or $500 wastegate just falling off down the track, tumbling under your car. So that's why I back purge, and this is how I do it. Like I said, I just use some aluminum tape. But I got the original location, which you can see was clearly trash. I'm pretty sure that was my issue with the boost creep. But yeah, so it's ready to go back on the car now. Alright, so I got the hot side finished. I'm gonna go ahead and change the springs out in the wastegate. What I have now is a red and a natural. which together are 7.5 psi, and I want to go ahead and shoot for the 4.5 psi. So I will remove the red and put a yellow in it, and that should be a good starting point. I think that's, you know, something good to work with, and hopefully we'll be able to add some CO2 to it. And of course all this is after I do the same exact process to the driver's side. You know, that's the struggles of twins. All right, I got the passenger side turbo complete with the wastegate moved, everything's reinstalled. I got to lift the car up and hook the drain tube to the oil pan. I went ahead and put the rocker arms, new pedestals, new hardware, valve cover, coil packs, spark plug wires, everything hooked back up on the driver's side. And this is where I'm at right now. Got the passenger side rocker arms on, torqued down. Just got to throw the valve cover on, hook up the coils, and like I said, lift it up, hook up the turbo drain to the oil pan, and we should have moment of truce. Moment of truth. Got good oil pressure. I can see a little smoke out there, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop out and investigate. It's probably just some oil burning off from coming out of the valve cover area, something like that. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and investigate. I'll go ahead and end this video with the rocker arms and the wastegate reposition. Like I said, now we just got to do the other side, which I'll probably tackle next week. Other than that, everything seems to be good. Now the push rods that were in it were 7 450s because the pedestal on the roller rockers was taller, so it needed a taller push rod. So I went back in it with a set of Texas Speed 80 thousandths 7 400s, and you know, check the preload on the lifter as I was tightening them down. So everything here seems to be good. Just got to put a turbo blanket on it, and like I said, we'll move over to this side. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit the bell, and thanks for watching.